Hey guys, welcome back. So we've done a video similar to this in the past where we're talking about etiquette and ways to behave in Australia. And for the most part, during that video, I think I posited that there's a lot of similarities between the two with Canada and Australia, is what I'm talking about specifically, because most of the things boiled down to a phrase I used to use a lot, and I still use a lot. And the short phrase for it was a little bit of CC, common courtesy. CC, it's common courtesy, man. Common decency, common courtesy. Be a decent person. A lot of the things boil down to that. As well as I think just culturally, there's a lot of similarities as well. That probably had a lot to do with it. Let's hop right into this. Let's take a gander. Let's go. A quick guide to etiquette down under.
Hello beautiful people, welcome back to my channel. I'm a Colombian.
Kind of sounded like she said, hello little people.
Hello beautiful people, welcome back to my channel. I'm a Colombian girl living in Melbourne. I've been living in Australia for more than 4 years, and it's time for me to share with you the rules, the etiquette. In this video, I'm gonna share with you those rules, unspoken rules that you should follow if you are coming to Australia. You need to know this to get immersed in the culture. Stay here.
Almost a little bit of an Aussie accent coming in there. Great energy. Let's go.
As you know, in Australia,
living in Melbourne,
we drive on the left. So opposite to any other country with few exceptions. We drive on the left, but also we walk on the left. On the stairs, we go on the...
Oh, right. Wow. That throws me for a loop. Yeah, everything's on the right here, of course. But I never really thought about how that also transfers to like walking on the sidewalk or any pathways that we have. Or if you're cycling, yeah, you usually stay to the right, except to pass, right? Whereas you guys would be stay to the left, except to pass.
Left to go down. It's very funny when you're in the city center and you can tell who is a tourist and who is not a tourist, because the tourist will walk on the right and it's kind of like, move, this is not the way you need to.
Let me grab my little notebook here. When I go to Australia, walk on the left.
Walk! You need to move to the left. The second rule is escalators. Okay, this blew my mind. When you are going down or up an electrical stairs, you need to move to the left. Okay, if you are not going...
Once again, we pretty much do the opposite. Because you get those people that like to walk up the escalator, right? They're just in a hurry to get somewhere. Or they just like getting their steps in, which is also good. But yeah, we hang out on the left, kind of lean on that right side and try to get out of the way so people can get by.
Going to walk down or up. And you should leave the right side empty for those people who want to rush up and down. One thing that you need to keep in mind when coming to Australia is that here we treat everyone equal. So if someone works at your company as a cleaner, we will treat it the same as
a little bit of CC, right? Common courtesy.
The president. We say hello, we are polite. There are classes like low, medium, high, but they are not that marked on the day-to-day life. I know.
Yeah, that is something that happens here a lot. Like that smarminess, right? That looking down upon somebody because they do a different job than you, which just shows what type of person that is, right? That they have that arrogance and narcissism about themselves.
The other one is we respect, I'm an Australian now, we respect the lines, okay? If there is a line, don't be the smartass, don't try to cut the line. just go to the end and wait for your turn. Australians don't like when someone tries to cut the line. That's not Australian way.
Show some humility, right? We went across the border from the United States into Canada recently, and it was an absolute gong show. Absolute gong show. You had people zipping past the line, trying to cut the line and cutting people off, and it was chaos. It was like, it made me think of that scene from The Dark Knight, like, when the chips are down, these people will eat each other, right? Heath Ledger, Aussie, legendary.
In Australia, opposite to some other Asian countries or even Latin American countries, they respect their personal space, okay? So they respect their personal space. They don't like to be very, very close to each other unless it's a train or a tram where they have to. Don't touch people that haven't allowed you to do that, and be very respectful of their personal space. So when you meet someone new, unless you know it's from a country that kisses, don't do it. A handshake will be the best, and if it's a business thing or a more formal situation, never go for the kisses, just go with a firm handshake, a good one, not a Donald Trump one. Okay?
Can't go wrong with a handshake, man. Just nice and firm, make a good first impression. That's the best you can do.
Another one is don't throw garbage or trash on the streets, like out of the window, or if you're a smoker, the butt.
Yeah, you're gonna get a big ass fine here if you do that. And if you throw a cigarette butt out the window, you get shamed here too, because that's just disgusting. And why would you litter in the place that you live? And here on the West Coast, Vancouver Island, like, it's so beautiful here. So beautiful, pristine, and we don't want any litter, right? We don't want to. It's always pack out what you pack in. Like if you're going hiking in the wilderness, you're going camping, you're going to have a relaxing couple of days backpacking, you better be taking out what you take in. Yeah, and also with the forest fire risk, cigarette butts, seriously dangerous, man.
They don't go on the floor, okay? You have to find somewhere to put it in. There are plenty of rubbish bins all around. If you have a piece of garbage or trash, wait until you see a bin and you put it into the bin. Don't do it on the street, even if it's a little plastic mint thing. Don't do it. This one is a little bit controversial. In Australia, we do not tip. Tipping, I mean as in the waitress. Leave some money at the end so they can divide it. We don't have to.
Oh wow, I think this was brought up maybe in the last video, but I didn't realize that. Yeah, unless this is somewhat anecdotal, I didn't realize tipping is not a thing in Australia. There's a lot of jokes now about in Canada, just like you'll be at like places where there's just a cashier standing there and there'll be a tip option. Like more and more businesses are adding the tip option when they don't even provide services, which just makes you chuckle. And you always have to, they put you in an awkward position because you have to hit like 1 on the keypad, which says no tip, because they literally just like handed you a coffee, or they scanned your item and they're just standing there, but there's still a tip option. Like what? No service is being provided. I'm not giving you a tip.
It's not an obligation to do it like in other countries. Like in America, you know that you have to tip. Here, you don't have to.
You don't have to. Anybody remember the scene from the beginning of Reservoir Dogs? Steve Buscemi, he finally puts in $1 because, you know, he doesn't believe in tipping. And they have the whole scene about it. Great dialogue by Quentin Tarantino.
Tip. If you want to tip, that's fine, that's good. Don't think that you have to tip in order to be seen like a good tourist or a good person. That's not the case. When you are invited to a barbecue,
bring something.
You need to take some drinks with you, and not only the ones
BYOB.
that you are gonna drink, but if possible, more. It's a tradition that if you get invited to a barbecue or to a dinner, you bring some alcohol. When you are using Uber, it's normal that you will sit in the front. A very important one, and not only for the social but also for business, is that punctuality is key, and it's value, and it's a show of respect. If you have an appointment at 8 a.m., arrive at 7:55. Australians value their time, value their commitments, and it's just...
Yeah, there's nothing worse than standing there for 10 minutes. Like, literally just wasting time.
It shows respect to be on time to an appointment. There you go. I don't know how many did I share today, but I shared like a lot. If you like what you saw, if you like what you learned today, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe. I upload videos every Sunday, 7 p.m. Australian Eastern Daylight Saving Time. Thank you so much for watching, and see you soon. Bye.
Good stuff. That was great. They really seem to have the vibe of somebody who goes to another country and really contributes and becomes a member of the community and doesn't try to change things. Like, you have to be respectful of the place that you're going, right? You have to be respectful. A lot of the issues with immigration and things is people going somewhere and expecting the place to change, not for themselves to change, which is, it's not how it works. So hopefully more people can be like her. Great video. I like it. All right, we'll see you on the next one. If you have any comments, you know where to put them. There's a link in the description if you want to send me any clips, any videos, any articles, anything like that. We can go through them. Appreciate it. All right, later.